Hello, my amazing people. I'm super grateful for another beautiful day. I hope you're too. I have this amazing video I want us to watch together and learn.
I watch my father whenever my father is angry. Whenever my father was angry, I watch my father. He will not eat my mother's food. Yes, my father will not eat my mother's food. So what my father will begin to do is, my father will begin to blow whistle. I can't forget that. And then my father will enter the kitchen. Now, at that moment, I used to enjoy it. It's like I was always looking for when they will quarrel, because it was profitable to me. Because daddy will cook, mommy will cook, so it's double for our trouble. So my father cooks, my mother cooks, and then I'll come into the kitchen. Now see him blowing whistle. And my mother too, guess what she'll be doing? Singing. He's blowing whistle, she's singing. That's what I told my wife. I said, one of the things that when we got married, I said, please worship God though, but if for any reason we are having a little bit of conflict, don't sing. Don't sing. Let's resolve the issue. Because I don't understand how that you're having an issue with your partner, you are worshiping God. First thing the Bible tells you, drop everything you're doing, go settle with that person. Am I talking to somebody? So I told her, but don't say. Guess what happened? Few months into our marriage, I don't know what, we had a disagreement with my wife. She's a very strongly opinionated person. She's a worry woman. She's alpha. She was highly independent very early in life. She makes her own decisions, you know, so it's the kind of way she grew up. And then I was a little bit also, by the time my father died, I became the man of the house. I had the responsibility to care for my mom. So two decision makers now met in the same assembly, and somebody must be Senate president or House of Rep leader. And my wife was like, oh no, it's like this, it's like that. So I was upset. So what did I do? Don't forget, I hated what my father did. But in the moment of pressure, guess what I found myself doing? I started blowing whistle. Guess where I found myself? Inside the kitchen. What was I ready to do? I was about to start cooking when the voice of God came straight. Never again. She remember I came to tell her, never again should I ever see you do this. Get out of here right now. That's why I left the place, never to return to that. That's when God said to me, say, you are repeating the patterns of your father. You hated it, you're repeating it. I shared with you my wife. In our own case, I shared with you what happened. Her mother, I told you how that her own mother invited a friend. A friend was in trouble. The friend came to their house. Eventually, the friend was allowed to stay in their house. The friend, or whoever the person was, the person eventually became the wife to the father. I shared with you how that her mother walked out of the house when she was 5 years old. And my wife was looking at her mom. Mama, you did go. That's how her mother was living at age 5. The next time my wife was going to see her mother was at her wedding day. But that's not the story. The story happens to be that we then got married. And my father-in-law had warned us before he died. He said, never let a visitor stay in your house longer than 3 days, 1 week. So he warned us about friends. And then here's my wife, who I married her because she was friendly but did not keep friends. That's one thing I saw about her that I liked, because I was mindful of the ministry God was given to me. I didn't want a wife that was always jumping and they would be calling me, your wife came to say this, your wife came. I didn't want that. I want a woman who is relational enough but independent. And then here we were. For the first time in our marriage, my wife began to develop interest in a particular lady in the community. And they became very close. So much that the friend would begin to come to our house. It was so much that my wife this person will come, sit down, they will gist. And I said to myself, when did my wife become somebody like this? But here's where the true story lies. On one of the days, I was sleeping in the night and I had a vision. And in that vision, here's what I saw. I saw a wedding scene. I was as if I was in the gallery of a building, and I saw a wedding. And I saw a lady at the altar. Normally the guy should be at the altar waiting for the, am I correct? But this time around I saw the lady standing at the altar with her bridesmaid, and the pastor was waiting to do the joining. And the man whispered to her, I said, where is the groom? She said, I don't know why he's not here. Is it not Reverend Sam? How I came out of the dream. I came out of the dream. It was so real. I said, what? And the Lord said to me, stop this relationship. I called my wife. I said, can you see something is going on? I come from a family where all the men have children out of wedlock. All the men in my bloodline, including my father. I don't even know who that girl is till date. My father's daughter. But I got to know after he died that my father had a daughter out of wedlock. I didn't know. My mother too doesn't know the girl. But we're told that there's a girl that this man was moved to go and also create somewhere. So watch, please don't play what I'm telling you. So here am I come from a bloodline where they always have children out of wedlock, okay? And here she is. She had a situation whereby her own mother left home because somebody else came in. Now here is what's going on. Look at the perfect scenario. She has also gotten somebody who has now come into our house. Where do you think this story is leading to? I called her and I said, sweetheart, please, from today, this woman is a nice woman. In fact, the lady does not maybe even have any intention towards me. She is also about to play into a script. Are you getting what's going on here? She's about to play into a script that will result in a pattern being repeated. Are you getting something? These are deep issues of life. I said to her, I said, please, this woman should stop coming here. She said, what happened? I said, I will share the dream with you. This is the dream. She should stop coming here. And that was the end of it.
This video is so amazing. Thank you so much for watching with me. I hope you learned something new today. Bye and have a blessed day.